My last video about the 7% rule for renting versus buying a home completely blew up. Thousands of you commented, shared your personal situations, and sent thoughtful follow-up questions. But one question showed up again and again in the comments, in my inbox, and even when I ran into viewers at coffee shops. Okay, I get the home buying decision now, but what do I do after I have the mortgage? Should I aggressively pay it down, or should I invest that extra money instead? And honestly, I get why this question keeps people awake at 3 a.m. You're lying there, staring at the ceiling, running mental math over and over again. You've got a mortgage hanging over your head. Maybe $300,000, maybe $500,000 every month. You write that check and watch a massive chunk go straight to interest. Meanwhile, your college friend won't stop talking about how much their index funds are up this year. It's enough to drive anyone crazy. So today, I want to walk you through this decision with real numbers, real calculations, and a framework that actually makes sense. We'll look at 3 scenarios, and by the end, I'll introduce you to what I call the F rule, the Freedom Fund rule, so you can walk away with a clear strategy that fits your life. Let's start with a realistic scenario. You just bought a home, mortgage, $500,000, term, 30 years, interest rate, 7%, monthly payment, $3,327, principal plus interest only, no taxes, no insurance, no HOA, just the mortgage. You make payments for 1 year, and then you get a promotion. Congrats. By the way, now you've got an extra $1,000 per month that you didn't have before. So what do you do with it? Do you throw it at the mortgage, or invest it in something simple, like a low-cost index fund? That's the core question. Scenario 1. Invest instead of prepaying. Let's say you invest the extra $1,000 per month, starting in month 13. Historically, the U.S. stock market has returned about 10% annually. To be conservative, we'll use 9% to account for fees, taxes, and reality. We'll also assume your investments increase by 3% per year, reflecting raises and cost of living adjustments over the remaining 29 years of your mortgage. That investment grows to about $1.83 million. Let that sink in. That's not side money. That's financial independence money. At first glance, investing looks like the obvious winner, but we're not done yet. The hidden truth about mortgages. This changes everything. Most people fundamentally misunderstand how mortgages actually work. Let me show you. Imagine your $500,000 loan has 10 blocks, each representing $50,000. In your first year, you send the bank about $39,000 in payments, so your balance should be around $450,000. Right? Wrong. After 1 year, your balance is still around $496,000. You only paid off $4,000 of principal. The other $35,000 went straight to interest. This is called amortization, and it's why banks love 30-year mortgages. In month 1, $2,917 gives interest. $410 gives principal. Even after 5 years, most of your payment still goes to interest. It's not until year 21 that your payment finally flips to more principal than interest. For 2 decades, you're mostly paying the bank, not yourself. Scenario 2. Aggressively paying down the mortgage. Now, let's apply that extra $1,000 directly to principal instead. Every dollar of prepayment goes 100% toward principal, not interest. You start prepaying in month 13. Increasing payments by 3% annually. Here's what happens. Mortgage, paid off in 16 years and 3 months. Interest paid, drops from $698,000 to $318,000. $380,000 in interest saved. Sounds incredible, but here's the honest part. Most people skip. You didn't get that for free. You made about $238,000 in extra payments to save that interest. So your net benefit is around $142,000. Good, yeah. Better than investing. Not yet. The part everyone misses. When your mortgage is paid off early, you don't just stop. You're now free up. $3,327 original payment. $1,000 extra payment. That's $4,327. Per month, you can now invest. You invest that, for the remaining 13.75 years at 9%. That grows to about $1.19 million. Add your $142,000 in interest savings, and your total comes to $1.33 million. So let's compare. Invest only $1.83 million. Prepay. Then invest $1.33 million. Investing still wins, but now the gap is smaller. And we still haven't talked about the most important factor: sequence of returns risk. This is the real danger. Market returns don't arrive smoothly. The order of returns matters. If you started investing in 2007, your early returns were awful. If you started in 2009, they were incredible. Same market, same time horizon, completely different outcomes. That's sequence of returns risk. Here's the key insight. Mortgage prepayment has zero sequence risk. Paying down a 7% mortgage gives you a guaranteed 7% return with no volatility, no downside, no taxes. In today's environment, a guaranteed 7% is extremely competitive. Enter the F-squared rule, the Freedom Fund rule. So what's the answer? You do both. The F rule says, split your extra money between investing and mortgage freedom. Why? Because personal finance isn't just math, it's psychology. Some people sleep better knowing their others sleep better knowing their money is liquid and growing. Both are valid. How to split it? Frameworks that actually work. 60/40ths split. Favor investing. Still reduce debt. 50/50ths split. Balanced approach. Age-based split. Younger gives invest more. Older gives prepay more. My favorite, the interest rate rule. Above 8%, prioritize prepayment. Below 4%, prioritize investing. Between 4 to 8%, do both. At 50/50ths, your total wealth ends up around $1.38 million, and your house is paid off 9 years early. That's not the maximum money possible, but it's a powerful balance of wealth and peace of mind. When you should pay down debt first. High-interest debt, credit cards, personal loans, approaching retirement, job instability. Debt causes real anxiety. When you should invest first. Low mortgage rates, 3 to 4%. No emergency fund. No retirement contributions. You're young with time on your side. The real answer: design your life first. Here's the truth. The spreadsheet isn't the answer. Two people can look at the same house and feel completely different things. One sees success and stability. The other sees stress and obligation. The numbers don't decide. You do. The F rule isn't about optimization. It's about freedom. So, before you open a calculator, ask yourself, what does financial freedom actually mean to me? Once you know that, the math becomes easy. There isn't one right answer. There's just your answer. And if you make it intentionally, with open eyes, you're going to be just fine. Now excuse me while I figure out what I'm doing with my extra $1,000 this month. Because yes, even I still wrestle with this question. That's personal finance.